Okay, well, this morning is Friday. I've been driving the car around for about 2 days now. Hadn't had any issues. Got in it this morning to go pick up breakfast, and we have a check engine light. So, I got the machine turned on here. We're going to go ahead and see what code is coming up. Hopefully, this solves some stuff. We'll see. Alright, so we're going to do American cars, yep. Chevrolet, Smart Bin. So, alright. Okay, it's up. I'm going to go ahead and run the test and see what we come up with. Alright, well, let's see, it's still running the test. We're at 40%, but the engine had fault forward, the transmission's fault forward, engine cooling's fault forward, engine electrical is a fault 10, it's off to turn at 9. It looks like we have faults, so not sure why or what it is. Hopefully, who knows. So we'll go ahead and finish running the whole test. We'll see what faults there are. We'll back up the data, and then we will try to track down the gremlin, whether we have a loose wire or something else that's going on again. So, all right. So we're on device 10 out of like 16, I think, is what this runs. So, all right. Back in a bit. Okay. So, I have had an issue with this downstream O2 sensor for a few days now, where it wasn't setting, and then all of a sudden it decided to throw a code saying that it wasn't ready or whatever. I reset it, took it for a long drive, and it threw a code again. So I did some research, and I found that some people are saying that some of these off-brand O2 sensors don't work very well, and it needs to be an AC Delco one for my particular thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to send that one back. We're going to put the original one back in, since it was working prior to all this crap. Once I get my money back on this one and the couple other things I need to send back, I'll order an AC Delco one and then try it. But the other thing I'm going to do is the wiring, because this van has a cut floor for the wheelchair. The wiring runs that loom right there up towards the motor. So I'm going to double check and make sure we don't have any bad wire as well, because that could be a freaking problem. I got the car up on the wheel stands. It's after 6 o'clock and it is 103 still. So I haven't been doing much work on the Jeep because I've been staying inside. Basically, I've been just getting shit organized so we can go on our trip. We're about like, I think they're like 40 days or something before we leave. So getting things pre-packed, organized, figure out what we're taking, what we're not taking, get this van to pass so we can have registration before we leave, all the fun stuff. So I am going to go ahead and drill out the pop rivet I put in, because yeah, that's always fun. And I do have my Zert box here, so if I can find a Zert that is the right size to fit in that hole, I will probably put a bolt in it, so this won't be have to drill it out every single time I need to mess with it. So hopefully this will work. If not, I might have to make a little bit bigger hole, but we'll see. So first things first, we'll get it drilled out, then we'll unplug it, and then we can take it out of the exhaust. Okay, so we've got that swapped back over. It's tight, it's plugged in correctly. I put a 3mm Zert in there because that was what size the hole was, and I didn't feel like drilling it any bigger. And I just happen to have a whole bunch of 3mm hex heads, so It's 3 by 8, I think 3 by 8 or 3 by 10. I can't remember what one I grabbed. And a washer, and that's all snugged up. I'll probably, when I finish up, I'll probably put just a dab of thread locker, maybe just a dab of red thread locker on there. But next I'm going to follow this wire. Now it's loose up to this point, fairly loose, but once we get past this one, this wire gets sort of tight. So I'm just going to check it. You know, the animals crawl up in there, maybe they pulled on the wire and it's separated farther up. So I'm going to look to see if I can figure that out. I'm going to reset the code and hopefully everything goes back to normal. If not, like I said, once I get my refunds on the O2 sensor and some other things I'm sending back, I'll buy a AC Delco one and then we'll replace it. But everything else is good. So my only concern is the catalytic converter could be bad, and as you can see, it's spliced in here. On the stock one, it comes out and down and around, but because the floor is cut, they lowered the floor in this thing, I think 2 or 3 inches. So this thing is really tight when it comes. So this pipe here I'm going to have to reuse, and it's been passing emissions the last few times that I've had to take it in. So hopefully it's not a bad cat, because this is a bolt-on one up there, so I'd have to cut the new cat and weld it in. I could have my neighbor do a little welding for me. He's got a better welder than I do. I got a little one, but hopefully it is not the cat, because that would be expensive at this point, and I really don't want to spend, I think it was about $1,400. Let's add shipping, so let's just call it $1,500 just for the cat and then the install. So hopefully it's not that. We can just get away with an O2 sensor. So far the upper one is working fine, no codes, no errors, nothing like that, no pinging. So it's just this downstream one. So like I said, I'm gonna trace those wires. Maybe I'll find something, maybe I won't. I'll drive it around for a few more days while I'm waiting for the thing, and maybe it'll clear and we can go get it smogged before the end of the month. Okay, so this is kind of hard to see. This, where's my hand? I can't even see it. Okay, so right here is the wire, and it goes from there to whatever that is, that way. Regretfully, I can't really see with my eyes, so I'm using the camera at this point to try to see. So I'm hoping, so from there, I'm hoping maybe I can figure out where this all goes. Not sure what that is. I don't know. So I'm going to replay this video and see what I can see. Maybe I can see some bad wires. I'm not sure how the fuck I would get to them. I might have to come in from the top, because that's the coil pack right there. I could always take the coils back out and reach down there. So that's always an option. But yeah, I'd prefer it to be a wire, but of course that wire is in the worst damn spot to get to. So alright, so I'm gonna watch this video back, see what I can see on the wiring. But like I said, that wire comes from over there. It's fairly tight, and then it runs right up over the top of all this stuff. So let's hope for the best. All right, let's, do I have light? Yeah, I think I do. Let's see if we can see anything from the top. Probably not. So that's our one. That's the upper. I can't see any of those wires. I probably have to get the car off of the ramp so I can get up in there a little bit better so I can reach down. But yeah, it's hard to see. I can't really tell the video where that wire actually runs to. So I kind of wish I had a wiring diagram for those O2 sensors to figure out where they actually go. Then I could check the wire where it's supposed to be. Because it'd be real easy for wherever they splice that wire. I don't know if it's just a splice or how they connected it or if they put a connector on it. So we bought this van used and it's an 06, so I'm not sure. So if I could figure out where that wire goes to and double check where the splice is, where they extended the wire to the location, then at least I could check the wire to see if it's got any burns in between, and go from there. I'm not really sure how I'm going to find that, so I'll probably be spending some time with Mr. Google. But I'm gonna go ahead and back this off the ramps, and maybe I can get a look down in there tonight. If not, I'll have to wait till tomorrow when it's a little cooler. Okay, so I cleared the codes. Right now we're not showing any stored, and we're not showing any pending yet. So we're gonna drive it around for a couple of days. Right now I reset everything, so my fuel mileage, I've only gone not very far, I don't think. Let's see here, we have gone 88 miles and our current fuel average is 17.2. Before I cleared it, it was 18, so it's been coming up every time we drive it. But we're only been driving probably about 10 miles a trip out right now, so fuel and mileage is good. Car's running good. No freaking other check engine light other than that stupid downstream. So we'll drive it for a couple of days, see what we get, and I'll have to see in the morning if I can crawl up in there and look at the wiring and see where it goes, and just make sure everything is plugged in nice and tight, and hopefully that's it. Let me just check this. Yep, still nothing. So all right, thanks for watching.